Hello again, I'm Rodney Reynolds from 3dgameman.com and welcome to another video review. Today I'm looking at the AC Ryan Veolo Smart Android Hub. Now I'm sorry to tell you, but there won't be an unboxing in this video review because, well, I unboxed already. I couldn't wait. I tore it out of the box and plugged it in to see how it worked. I had to do that because, well, I was reviewing it and I didn't have a couple of these. I only have one. So, it's already out of the box. No big deal. I'll show you the box anyway. Quite a nice looking box. A picture of the product on it, as well as lots of features and specifications about it. What comes in the box though is a 1.3 HDMI cable, the unit, a power adapter, a super cool remote control, a quick start guide, and a read before using little pamphlet here, which is all about pairing this remote control with the unit. Now they also include two batteries for the remote control. Both of these components actually come with plastic on it. I took the plastic off the remote control, but I left it on the main unit. They have plastic on these components to protect them. Now let me take the plastic off the main unit, being careful not to smudge it. While these black high gloss piano finishes look beautiful, they do attract dust and fingerprints very, very easily. So what exactly is this thing? Is it a multimedia center? Well, yes it is, but it's much, much more than that. I'll go through some of the features. It has Internet TV web browser with HTML5, Adobe Flash, and Chrome version 8 JavaScript support. Has apps and widgets via the Android Pit. Full HD network media streamer. It also comes with this ultra cool QWERTY keyboard, but it's more than that. Here's the keyboard. Very nice tactile response on this. Not too loud. And this is not your basic remote control by any stretch. You can use motion. So you can basically point this at the unit and then you'll see a cursor on the screen. Click on what you want. You can move apps around. You can scroll up and down on pages, fly through videos, images, and so on and so forth, just with a motion and a click. It's a super cool remote control, the coolest that I have seen so far. It comes with a 1 GHz ARM Cortex-A9 processor with floating point unit, Java hardware acceleration, 3D graphics hardware acceleration engine with OpenGL ES support, and has 512 megabytes of DDR3 memory and 4 gigabytes of NAND flash memory for the operating system and apps installation. The operating system that it uses is Android 2.2 or Froyo. Now, if you've used Android, well, you will know how beautiful the Android OS is. It looks fantastic. It's simple to use. It is fast, and you can customize it, well, pretty much any way you want. There's all kinds of free apps, paid apps. It just goes on and on and on. I am so happy to see a multimedia kind of internet hub like this using the Android OS, and I suspect you'll see a lot more devices like this using the Android OS to come in the future. It supports PAL as well as NTSC and a bunch of resolutions: 480p, 576p, 720p, 1080i, as well as 1080p, and you can either go with full screen or widescreen. It comes with two USB 2 ports. There's one here on the left side and another one at the back. It also has an SDHC card slot or memory slot, and you can put a card that's up to 32 gigabytes in size. That is extremely convenient. You just yank the card out of your camera or camcorder and pop it into there, and that's it. You just view the images and videos and that kind of stuff. And when it comes to connectivity, it does have a wired gigabit LAN connection as well as a wireless. It's built in 802.11b, G, and N. Some might want to know the network protocols. Well, it has Samba client, Samba server, NFS client, and an FTP client. Now, it supports pretty much every single audio, video, and image format on the planet. I'm not going to go through all of these, but I will list it on the screen. So for those who are interested, well, you can have a closer look at all the formats that it does support. But one of the most important ones, at least for me, is the MKV format. And I'm glad to say that it does support it. Finally, let's have a closer look at this. It is compact. It has this high gloss piano paint finish, AC Ryan at the top. And the name of the unit, Veolo, at the front. I like the name of that actually. On the right side, nothing. On the left side, a USB 2 port. That's that memory card slot and the power button. At the back is ventilation. Here's where the power adapter gets connected. Standard RCA audio jacks, optical audio jack, HDMI port, which by the way supports 5.1 channel audio. But remember, HDMI carries audio and video, and this is what I would imagine most of us will be using. LAN port, as well as a USB 2 port. At the bottom, there's additional ventilation and 4 rubber feet. Now let's have a closer look at the Android 2.1 OS. First, let me power it on to give you some idea how long it takes to boot up. Now, if you're familiar with the Android OS, you will be very familiar with this kind of look. At the top, you've got the notifications. Top right-hand corner is the date and time. You can add pretty much anything you want to here to the desktop. Like, for example, there's a Google search bar right there. But again, you can add whatever you want. There's a file manager here showing the storage internally, or if you have a drive connected to it, as well as local area network, so you can connect this to your network and search your network if you want to. Also, there's a video player and a music player, sorting by artists, albums, songs, playlists. Again, this is going to be very familiar to anybody who has used the Android OS before, and a gallery. Down at the bottom here, you have a web browser. That's right, you can browse the web like you would do on an Android OS. I know I have an Android OS on my smartphone. It is great. These are the different apps. You can add all kinds of apps. I'll go into the App Center here. All kinds. You can add whatever you want. Tests, blog, forum. You look at the top apps. You can search by categories. You can just search if you want to. And you can also log in and download your own apps. Notice how I'm navigating this screen very, very easily. Just pointing at the device and literally holding it down and just swinging whatever I want, wherever I want it, clicking on whatever I want very, very easily. This is a very intuitive, easy to use remote control. And if you are browsing the web or searching for something, what you can do is just go ahead and use the QWERTY keyboard here on the back and type in whatever you want. Ah yes, one of my favorite things to do. Watch movies. There are many multimedia players on the market, but most of them just do a few simple basic things like view images, listen to music, and watch movies or other videos. This one, though, goes way, way beyond that. Having the Android 2.1 OS inside of it, well, it kind of turns it into a different animal altogether. And this is why they didn't really call this a media player. They call this a Smart Android Hub. And it is just that. Overall, this is a 100% kick-ass product. Until next time, take care.